I done been through so much in life is so strange. Gotta hold it down. Coming up from bottom, gotta write me a story. If you keep grinding, you'll get to the glory. Believe in yourself and you'll get to the money. Life is a grind, every day is time.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy LS.
The Outlaw.
You are listening to This Is Hip Hop Radio on 22.3 Takeover Vegas Radio. And we are back with another one, y'all.
What's the business, brother?
Oh, man, so much, man. This week has been crazy, man.
Bro, it's been nuts out here in the streets. It's nuts in the nation.
Good.
Nuts in the world.
Great.
It's just straight nuts, bro. Let's just keep it 100.
Yeah. It's just been crazy, man. And today we don't have no guests, but it's us today. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, we in the building.
I sound like I'm happy or something.
No, it's a beautiful thing, man.
Nah, that's what's up.
We've been having some great guests.
Yes, we have.
It's nothing like getting back to basics, man. And you know what it is, man. This is hip hop, where East meets West, man. So we're gonna bring it together today.
Oh yeah. No doubt, man. Before we get into anything and just have our fun, man. We're gonna talk about. We're gonna start off with all of the hoorah about Jay-Z and the Roc Nation partnership with the NFL.
A lot to talk about with that.
Oh man. So if you guys haven't heard, which I know you guys have heard, because anytime Jay-Z's name is in anybody's mouth, it's always uproar and a hoorah and everything like that. So basically, the Roc Nation involvement with the halftime show, they did a partnership. Basically, Roc Nation did a partnership with the NFL, and what they did was in a program, an injustice program with them. Okay, not to mention they also did. A situation where Roc Nation is going to take care of most of the talent for the halftime shows, man. Now, what's going on is that a lot of people calling him a sellout for this, right? Not understanding that, Roc Nation is a business. And yeah, we got the Colin Kaepernick situation going on. And a lot of people are coming forth and saying, well, what happened to holding the NFL accountable for their injustice. So they implemented an injustice program, which is called Inspired Change.
Man, I'm gonna keep it real gritty with this, right? So
please,
the reality is, you got Jay-Z,
right?
Who's a capitalist. And when I say capitalist, I don't mean that in the term of his principles about making money. What I mean is, he finds ways to capitalize off of other people's situations.
Right.
So, an example of that is this. You had Jay-Z at one point, supporting Kaepernick and the boycott of the NFL and all of that stuff. And now on the other end of that, it's not about Kaepernick no more. This is about him making money. And so it's hard out here when, you got people who we look up to, people that are moguls in hip hop, people that are moguls in our culture, and they talk out of both sides of their mouth. Yeah. So I understand the uproar. I understand people that were confused off of, him supporting Kaepernick, but then him also going after that bread, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The thing is, Jay-Z, man, he don't care about nothing but the dollar bill. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't the biggest Jay-Z guy, so, I might be a little biased, but, this don't surprise me much. I just put it like that.
Yeah, and what's crazy is that Colin Kaepernick's girlfriend, she expressed how she felt on Twitter, and basically what she was saying was she don't mind them doing the deal, but she does mind wrapping it in social injustice. Social injustice when you're doing business. Like, she doesn't really like the fact that they're doing business with the NFL, especially when it's an organization that she feels denies someone the opportunity. And that's her sticking up for her man, and I can dig it. But what a lot of people don't understand is that it's a business. Business is business.
Well, that's the thing about it, right? Let's separate the business from the protest, right? Jay-Z decided not to be a part of the halftime show last year.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why not just take the money if he was going to take the money eventually?
Right.
The thing was, he was negotiating. Now, that's the issue. The issue is the perception. the perception was, oh, Jay-Z standing up for Kaepernick by not going and performing at the Super Bowl. The reality is Jay-Z was holding out to the NFL, offered him what he wanted, because like he told the NFL, I don't need y'all, y'all need me. So now the NFL is able to hide behind Jay-Z when it comes to these social issues, and Jay-Z able to cash a big ass check and basically say, it is what it is. And everybody got their right to feel how they want to feel about it, but Jay-Z should feel some type of way about being called out because ain't nobody really said no lies.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And basically, what I'm looking at from that perspective is, hey, look, they have a chance to make, I guess, what is wrong right. You know what I mean? And
is that possible though? Like, is it possible for the Kaepernick situation to be corrected without Kaepernick getting a fair shot in the NFL?
Well, they did settle, right? Didn't they settle on some money?
True, but he's not being allowed opportunity at employment. So we're not talking about the money he made. We're talking about future income. We're talking about the opportunity for him to be one of 64 quarterbacks in the NFL. And if you watch ESPN, if you're into football at all, you can't tell me a 64 quarterback's better than Colin Kaepernick, who's been in the Super Bowl in the last 10 years.
Yeah, no, I get it. I think we have to see, right? My sentiments is I don't understand how you call for, I guess, a boycott of the NFL, but then next thing you know, you doing a deal with them.
That's why I call him a capitalist, man. Like I said, it's not about the term of people's philosophy when it comes to making money. I ain't into that socialism, capitalism, all that stuff. Yeah. What I'm saying is, Jay-Z has found ways. You go back into his history, man.
Right.
He has found ways to capitalize and put himself in the front lines of situations that ain't got nothing to do with him. And make money doing it. And that's the thing about it. And that's what we have to recognize, not just as a people, not just as a culture, but as citizens and as just human beings. You got people out there that's going to strategize to put you in a position of trust to make that money. Yeah, Nike does it every day. Adidas does it. Reebok does it. Walmart does it. All these businesses do it. And when you look at and understand Jay-Z, like he said, I'm a businessman. We have to definitely hold him personally accountable, but we also got to recognize what he's trying to accomplish. He's trying to be he already is the first hip-hop billionaire, but he's trying to make himself into a worldwide mogul, sports and entertainment. And unfortunately, he's going to step on people in our community's toes to be able to do that.
And also, what's going to happen, what he needs to also do is really understand and learn how to answer these questions when it's brought to him. I like to play something real quick for the people, real quick, when asked these questions. That was my boy Jay-Z, and basically he was fumbling over the questions because he wasn't prepared for.
No, I think it's worse. I think it was colder than I think. In his what's the word for it? In his mindset, not only was he not prepared for it, he didn't think he was gonna have to answer these type of questions.
Right.
Because anybody else would have prepared for them questions because they knew it was coming eventually. But Jay-Z is in that position where he feel like his prestige, and he thought because he's sitting next to the NFL commissioner, and plus he's dealing with Charlemagne, that Charlemagne was going to try to protect him. But Charlemagne got a responsibility to the streets and the culture as well.
Absolutely.
To ask them type of questions. And so shout out to Charlemagne and for asking the right questions, but also, pay attention, y'all. I mean, like I said, the reason why I don't rock with Jay-Z, it ain't got nothing to do with his rap lyrics. It got to do with him. It's just something about him, to me, that just came off as not my type of guy. And this is another example for me personally of why I don't deal with him too much, just because it's too much of a contradiction. It's too much of, it's one thing, then it's another thing. And so, we have to hold these people accountable. And the thing is, the boycott of the NFL, whether you participated or not, whether you deal with the NFL or not, it was for righteous reasons. And for Jay-Z to step in and not support those righteous reasons, but to go in and get a check, yeah, he deserves a scrutiny.
Yeah, I agree totally. And basically, I thought that the kneeling was for not only just for the police brutality and police shooting black men, but also to let people understand that this is still not our country. And they're showing it they're showing us that
every day, bro.
every day, which is letting me segue into this next topic, which was on August 12th in Moss Point, Mississippi. A young man by the name of Tousaint Diamond Williams was shot in his back and killed by an officer named Lance Shipman, who was also involved in a deadly force encounter back in 2005. Now, the reason why I wanted to bring that up is because the gentleman who was shot is a friend of the show, my man KD and Kenfo. That's their cousin.
Crazy.
And, they dealing with that. So I like to, send my prayers out to them brothers because, I rock with them heavy. And for them and their family to be going through this. And what's really crazy about the situation is police are refusing to release the body cam footage.
They actually, today, I believe, I saw some footage from the body cam. And it was just straight murder, man. And the thing is, it ain't the first time it happened, and unfortunately, it ain't gonna be the last time it happened. But just remember, you guys, ain't no justice out here in the streets. When we see that situation that popped off in Philly, where the gentleman was having a shootout with the police, I'm surprised that's not more typical. You know what I'm saying? And then I know it was a big uproar about the people in the streets jeering at the police. But if you come from the communities that we come from as a minority, then you understand that. Because the police aren't always a help. I'm not gonna say never. I'm gonna say aren't always. And yeah, there's good cops, but there's bad cops too. And until we recognize that, yeah, there's a big percentage of minorities being killed in the street by police every day in this country, and it's not happening everywhere, there is an issue. And so when Colin Kaepernick or different people out there, when they have a platform and they're protesting, it's our job to show support. It's not our job to push it aside and say, okay, it's time to move on to something else. No, let's continue doing what we're doing, bringing awareness to the situation because it's still happening. But also let's create programs and systems to make sure we're bringing more awareness and bringing change. And I don't think Jay-Z picking up a check from the NFL for programming the music for the Super Bowl halftime show is doing that.
Nah, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't think so either. But what I will say is this, is we all have to make sure that we're putting our best foot forward to, one, educate ourselves like we always say.
Yes, sir.
And two, make sure that we take care of our children and find out what our children are getting into. Because if we have if we have a nation of children who aren't getting into these troubles, getting into trouble and actually trying to do something without having to pick up a gun or pick up drugs or whatever the case is and try to, get money that way, if we could try to change the narrative within our own self and our own communities and educate ourselves on the law, we might just change something in the way we see everything and the way things are being done. I mean, I'm talking about from, changing who polices us. You know what I'm saying? Let's not be the ones who say F the police all the time and my children, just because my child wants to be a cop, I ain't gonna let him be a cop by no means or all means. Nah, if he want to be a police, he might be the person who might help us eradicate this problem. Come on, man. It's crazy. Now, 6 police shot in Philly is gonna outweigh police killing young brothers in the hood on any day when it comes to them, when it comes to the justice system.
And real talk, we don't want to poo-poo the officers that got shot in Philly, but let's keep in mind, these were non-life-threatening injuries.
Absolutely.
This young man in Mississippi got shot in the back, and think about that. He got shot in the back. Now, why do people run from the police? They run from the police because they know the justice system is likely going to railroad. They run from the police because they feel like they haven't done nothing wrong, but they don't feel like they got a fair shot or have anybody that's going to listen to their common sense. And they run from the police because the police are a threat to minorities in our communities. That's just a fact. So think about this, folks. If you're dealing in a situation when you got the Attorney General, Mr. Barr, saying that all people should just comply with the police no matter what, that's not what the law says, y'all. The law says that we have rights. Just like when you're dealing with somebody on your property, you have rights when the police are approaching you. Unfortunately, they are going against those rights. We don't have the right situations where people are actually having their civil rights respected when it comes to police, man. So it's a conundrum. It's a conundrum before we deal with them, trying to figure out what a game plan is, and it's a conundrum when you run into those situations. The only advice Duty can give you, not just educate yourself, but stay out the way, man.
Stay out the way.
Put, like I say, if it's somewhere I need to be, where I feel like it's gonna be a high police presence, I'm not going unless I have no choice. If it's somewhere I gotta be, where I gotta carry a pistol or something like that, guess what? I'm not going.
Right.
It's just certain rules and guidelines we gotta have. And then on top of that, because we don't own no land, because we don't own the places we live and the communities we live in, we really don't have no right.
And the family also had their attorney, who was a family member, Carlos Moore. He's also a judge at the end of the day as well. But he had to step down. He said he stepped down from the case because he couldn't move on and try to prosecute without proper evidence, meaning they're not allowing the footage. So when they weren't allowing the footage, he said, I'm going to step back because what he's going to do is he's going to go off of emotion. And by that time, there's no justice when you're going off of emotion.
No, not at all. No, and then we got to remember, too, that when you go to court, when you're dealing with justice inside of a courtroom, it's not about right and wrong. It's about who can prove what.
Exactly.
Right? Why did OJ get off? OJ got off because they could not prove him guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Think about that. It's a lot of brothers in jail right now that had plenty of doubt in their case that still went to jail.
No question.
I was watching an interview with Boosie, man. Matter of fact, it was on Vlad TV, and he was talking about his murder case and how much money he had to spend. And basically, his only advice for beating a murder case was you got to have a lot of money. Well, a lot of brothers where I'm from that I know that's fighting murder ain't got a lot of money, straight up. And so, I understand the fear that these brothers dealing with the police. I don't understand why the police feel necessary to use lethal force on people that aren't threats. But that being said, since we know what's happening every day, make yourself aware and make sure that you're making moves to keep yourself out the way, man. Rest in peace to the young brother, man. Shout out to the boys down there lost in the sauce, man. We're praying for your family,
No
for
doubt.
strength. And, this is another senseless killing, man. We want this to stop.
Word. Let's get a quick moment of silence for the brother Tousaint Sims. Salute to Tousaint Diamond Sims.
Peace.
Harry Michael Harris, former alleged drug kingpin, will be released from federal prison. They didn't say anything about what date it was, but you remember Harry, right?
Well, Harry from my neighborhood. Well, we grew up around same stomping grounds. He grew up. He was born in the low bottoms. He ran through Watts, through the Nickerson Garden, and a lot of different areas. Him, Rick Ross, Waterhead Bow. These are the kingpins of my area in South Central LA.
No doubt.
Harry been away for a long time.
Long time.
But he's shown how much power and moves he can make from behind bars.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
If you don't know who Harry is notorious for being the founding money bringer for Death Row.
Yeah, he helped them with the seed money start up for Death Row. Back when Suge was trying to get a deal with Dick Griffey to get to the majors, you know what I'm saying? And what's crazy is that he got outed, or I would say he got blown up by none other than Suge Knight's lawyer, David Kenner. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but when in the Death Row documentary, they were at a party. I guess it was a Death Row party, right?
It was the launch of Death Row.
The launch of Death Row, right. And David Kenner started talking about who was down, and he slipped up and said, Harry-O, and that right there, because Harry-O's name rang bells.
No, definitely did.
That right there put not only the spotlight on Death Row, but it also blew him up to like, okay, well, where is he getting his money?
Yeah.
And why is he dealing with these people?
Well, the thing is, people don't know, Kenner was actually Harry-O's lawyer first.
Yeah.
And he had his lawyer reach out to Suge to let him know, hey, I hear about what you're doing. Let me look out for you guys. What people don't know, what a lot of people don't know, is that Harry-O was involved in a lot of philanthropy, a lot of entertainment things. He actually gave Denzel Washington his first shot.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
from behind bars, Harry-O was making moves, and without Harry-O and his seed money, we might not have had Death Row. We might not have had Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg
Might not
and
even
cats.
had Denzel.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Denzel was starving in New York before Harry O helped fund that play to get to put him on.
And that's the thing. They make all these movies about these fake kingpins, and there's real kingpins out there. And like I say, Harry O been making moves from behind bars for the last 25, 30 years.
Yeah, man. You know, and not only that, I still think that he was owed a lot of money from Death Row when, you know, because they
Oh, he
at
got
one
his
time-
dough, bro.
He got his dough?
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I
bro.
remember he was fighting for it because what happened was his wife started messing around with Suge and them.
Well, that was the thing, right? So the lawyer and Harry O's wife were knee deep in all the different stuff. They weren't in front of the camera, but they were behind the scenes making moves. His wife ended up not even that long ago making her own record label based off of, you know, her success and their success with Death Row. The thing is, Suge, he was a smart man, and so he knew to keep some things separate and some things in house and some things in the public eye.
Right.
The thing is, though, when it came time to pay up, Suge didn't want to pay. He didn't think Harry O was gonna take him to court, and they actually sued
Right.
Death Row and got that money.
He thought he was buried alive.
You feel me? And that's the thing about it. Harry O ain't coming home broke, y'all. Harry O coming home to a little bit of dough in the bank, you know what I'm saying? And a good reputation. He's not even coming home to LA, which I'm glad about. He's going,
Yeah, he's going to Texas. Yeah.
You know, so, you know, the thing is, do your homework, folks. The history of hip hop is deeper than just the rappers and the musicians, man. We got to think about where the money comes from. We got to recognize that a lot of people weren't making money in hip hop for a long time. And Death Row and Suge Knight was some of the first people to not have black investors, not just have black investors, but to actually make dollars for a black business. One of the few that didn't hook up necessarily with the big corporations, but did their own thing, man. So, you know, in my eyes, Harry O's a pioneer, not for the dope game, but for what he did with his investment money, man, and what he did for Death Row, for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you guys gotta understand one thing, and one thing only. It's not what you do, it's how you do it.
Yes, sir.
And we say that all the time. We're going to get back into some music. If you want to call us up at 702-412-5870. That's 702-412-5870, and we'll be back. What's going on, man? When you got up off of that plane and you stepped into this heat, how did that make you feel, man, first and foremost?
Hey man, shout out to YS Spaz, man. He just tapped in, man. The host of Charged Up Top 10 all the way from New Hampshire, man.
Salute.
We in Vegas, man.
Salute, brother.
You know what I'm saying? This is hip hop, man. 22.3 Vegas radio.
You already know. So, so what's going on, man?
As soon as I got off the plane, it was a lot, man, because I got here slightly late. So I was supposed to meet up with the owner of drugs. She had a booth at Agenda.
Okay.
Man, I want to really, you know what I'm saying, salute the queen, man. She's really an individual that I tell people, like, when I say, like, she's an innovator, you know what I'm saying? I mean, she put up a video today of Cardi B talking about, you know what I'm saying, she want them drugs, you know what I'm saying, talking about them clothes that everybody talking about. You know, you got Future in her shit, you know what I'm saying, Genesis in her, you know what I'm saying, OT Genesis there, she's making moves, man. She's a humble individual, and, you know, I tell people, you know, one thing I love to see more than anything is my independent queens, man, that's really just doing things on a real boss level, man. Salute the drugs, man. She's doing her thing.
Were you able to check out Agenda?
Actually, I wasn't, man. Like I said, I was falling behind time because I was supposed to do too much with so little bit of time. So Agenda ended Wednesday, and Magic ended Wednesday.
Yeah, if you don't know what the Agenda show and the Magic show is, these are the fashion show, the big fashion expos that happen with the major retailers where they come out with their new clothes for the next season. I mean, we're blessed to be here in Vegas, man. We get to see all the new stuff before it touches down, and all the buyers are here, but also all the independents are here. So it's a shame I didn't get a chance to go either, man. But anytime you get a chance to go to the Agenda and Magic, man, it's always the best situation.
I'm actually on Magic's roster, so they usually sign me up to go every time they have one. They have one here in Vegas, and they also have one in New York. I went to the one here in Vegas last year in February, but I did get to make the one in August in New York. So I did get a chance to get to Magic, which I was really late, like got there like 1 or 2 o'clock. It was getting at 4. Yeah, so my time schedule was just crazy. It's just so much to do to get caught up. So I'm enjoying this time to wind down, so that way I can really get into what's going on.
No doubt. What brings you to the city?
Well, I really about to open up the doors and windows for my recording studio, and also we're doing a music awards here in next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Music awards here next year
Dope.
in Vegas. Actually, what's the location down there? CMX.
Oh, the CMXX over there in the Art District.
That's where you guys gonna have the award show?
Yes.
Yo,
Beautiful location.
not to cut you, but how did it feel when you see your clothing in your clothing line in a fashion show and they just showing love to you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, your people's actually getting your stuff into that fashion show and it just pop up on you like that. Like,
oh man, alhamdulillah, man. Like I've been waking up, man, to just different things. Like I wake up and out of nowhere, like I told you, I woke up that morning and I seen Snoop Personal Chef wearing my clothes. He was Snoop Dogg and 50 Cent there in New York. And I'm like, wow, like this was not a conversation I was having. That, man. Big shout outs to Cubone, man. Snoop Personal Chef, man, showing a lot of love to this gorgeous cloth, man. And when I seen it, I was just like, wow. You know, and then waking up another morning and seeing Big Percy, man, shout out to my big homie, man. You know what I'm saying? Seeing Big Percy, man, with my shoes on for his actual birthday. He been celebrating his birthday for at least 30 days.
yeah, them joints was fly too, man. Salute to Big Percy, you know what I'm saying? And everybody down at the place. But yeah, them joints was fly though. I can't even hold you, man. Them joints is nice, man. It's sparkling. It's like I like to say. You know what I'm saying? Big dog stuff. You know what I'm saying?
One of the first individuals that I got behind was Chris, True S550. He was a dude that was dating Just Hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I ran into him at a gas station, and I'm like, that's Chris. He's like, yeah, man. I said, man, I'll put him to this. I said, man, I want to do some business with you. Real humble dude, shot me his line. We called back up, and I got the lawyers and doctor up some paperwork, and we did a contract. He was one of my first brand ambassadors. So yeah, shout out to Chris, shout out to Bosco, Maybachsco. He put he chose, and that's why I tell you, like, I'm loving the love that I'm getting. He chose to wear my clothing during the Rick Ross video shoot in Vegas.
Man,
I got like 60,000 views on that. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy number.
My Instagram profile visits said 15,000 profile visits. Like, page was going crazy, all natural. Views was just getting 7,000 and 8,000 views, and like everything was at its peak. Shout out to TC 4800. He signed to DJ Mustard. Also been touring with Ty Dolla $ign and Wiz Khalifa. He's another one of my brand ambassadors. And these individuals, like I say, they put my clothes up on their page and stuff. They don't ever take it down. You know what I'm saying? And recently, our story, you know what I'm saying? Alex the Kid, shout out to him. Leon Thomas from used to be on Nickelodeon, shout out to him. Just a whole bunch of celebrities just been coming to our storyline on this gorgeous cloth, like out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I've been looking like, wow. The chief editor of GQ liked the post that I put up. Also, our shoes were just featured at Esquire. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, you know, stuff it's just been, like you say, wake up in the morning, it's like, what's up with today?
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
You know, what's up today?
That's what's up, man. You know, one thing's for sure is that when you doing things from your heart and you doing it not just to make money, but to create a legacy, and everybody else sees what you're trying to do and what you have been doing and what you are doing, what they want to do is they're going to want to jump on the bandwagon and they want to ride it. And not saying jumping on the bandwagon as like, oh, this is just the wave for right now, but they want to jump on it because they don't want to be late. You know what I mean? And it's all through the love. You ain't paying none of these people to do it, and that's organic. That's organic. When you doing things organically and it's just happening and you like, somebody call you and say, yo, I just seen so-and-so with your shit on, you know what I'm saying? They got your stuff on, and you looking like, word? I ain't even asked them to do that, but that's love right there. Right. And with that being said, how is it when you see that? Like how I would say, how does it make you feel to do that for someone else? who's following in your footsteps?
Well, I feel as this, man. You know, I got into the industry to cater to the indies.
Yeah.
And that's the indies on every scale and level. And I tell people, like, you know, I show so much love and give so much respect to the indies for the sole reason that no one recognizes you until everybody does.
Right. That's
So it's like, I want to recognize you for the talent you have before everybody else does.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to see what exists before everybody sees it. Everybody's behind you. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, I mean, everybody's saying that. That's nothing new.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know?
That's why you called it was a giveaway. It wasn't really a contest. That's why you called it a giveaway, right?
Right.
Is because of that, right?
Right, but see, the whole thing is, so all my giveaways are contests because it's like this. Yes, you may be serious about what you do to yourself, but you're going to have somewhat of a support system if you're serious about what you do and everybody else sees it.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? And especially when you have a situation where it's free. You know what I'm saying? Hey, all y'all got to do is go like the post, or all y'all got to do is go vote for me, or, you know, comment. Let people know that, hey, I'm serious about what I'm doing. When you have situations where, you know, people are willing to show you that they support you and they're serious about what you're doing, then yeah, you have potential against somewhere. But beyond that, my whole thing is that artists, DJs, promoters, everybody that has their hand out and they want some money, you have to show people that you're serious about what you're doing first. And how do you show people you're serious about what you're doing? You stay consistent. You know what I'm saying? Beyond you staying consistent, you stay entertaining your audience. Because at the end of the day, if you drop a song today and you don't drop another song till next year, then people are like, oh, I didn't know you were still doing music. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like, you know, why should I come out and pay to come see you perform? Well, where have you been? What have you been doing? You know what I'm saying? So everybody wants to get paid to do something that they're not actually in a position to be compensated for. You know what I'm saying? Put forth the work and the effort for what you're doing first, and then you can go ahead and reap the benefit of it. You know what I'm saying? No one wants to do that. No one wants to earn the money. They just want to be given, well, I do music. I'm an entertainer. Oh, you do music, you're an entertainer, so you should get paid. Why? You know what I'm saying? Okay, why pay you when I could pay somebody that I know is going to sell out a venue? I know it's going to help me get my money back. I know it's going to be a benefit to what I'm doing. I'm a benefit to what you're doing. You want me to pay you, right? Paying is a benefit.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, if I'm benefiting you, then why are you not benefiting me? You know, so I make sure that now when I do shows, it's a benefit to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to fly you somewhere. I'm going to give you a video on something. I'm going to give you some monetary value to match the monetary value that you're putting up in comparison to the only thing you're getting to do is perform in front of your peers. Hey, anybody that doesn't want to pay to perform, you just want to perform in front of your peers, go back to back in the day when they took out a boom box and a microphone and go stand on the corner somewhere and perform.
Straight up.
What are you crying and complaining about? You want somebody to take all their energy and time and prepare an event for you for free. That you want them to plan it, contact everybody, you know, do everything that needs to be done. My business manager just called me. You know what I'm saying? You want everybody to contact you and do everything that needs to be done and don't benefit or get nothing from it. You want them to just do it for free? Why?
Crazy.
Not how it works.
Why? This building we're in right now, someone has to pay for this. You know what I'm saying? These microphones we're using, someone paid for this. This table, this setup. You know what I'm saying? This phone I'm talking to you on is a bill that has to get paid every single month. Everybody has to pay for everything that's going on, everything that everybody's involved in. Everybody has to pay. Why don't you want to pay for your career, your life? Why don't you want to pay for it? You're the business. It's your music. It's your career. Why don't you want to pay for it? You want it to be for free? You know what I'm saying? You go to the studio, you pay for the studio time, but you want to negotiate with the engineer so he can look out for you and do something for free. You want the producer to sit in the studio and create something for you for free. Why do you want everybody to do everything for free and you benefit and you get rich off of it? I'm still trying to figure it out.
You know what it is? I think what happens is a lot of people, they look at TV, they look at everything, and then they think that somebody just put them in that position. Like they ain't have to do nothing.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And they don't understand that, these cats had to pay for the studio time. They had to pay for their own merch. They had to sometimes sell tickets to get on the actual show. So, I mean, nobody's going to do that for you. Nobody's going to give you nothing. So, why not? Invest in yourself. And investing in yourself is, if I got t-shirts that I want somebody to wear, and I know that they got a bigger following than me, I'm going to give them the t-shirt. I ain't going to ask them to buy it. I'm going to give it to them. Here, wear this, wear this, wear this, wear this. I remember when I first came out here, and I was doing music with me and my boy. I ain't gonna say no names, but what happened was, what we would do, you know what I'm saying? I gotta be petty like that because that's what it is. But what we would do is, we would see somebody panhandling at the stoplight. We'd be like, yo, give them $1, but we also give them a t-shirt, a clean t-shirt out of a box of t-shirts that we had. Now, everybody who's coming through, stopping at that stoplight, seeing this dude begging for money, they're going to see that name, they're going to see the t-shirt, and they're going to say, who is orphanage? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, marketing move.
That, yo, you know what? That came of us just being high and say, yo, give him a t-shirt, yo.
Yo, it's smart.
But he wore that shit he wore it until it got black, and it was a white shirt. But we started doing that. And that's an ill marketing move right there. Something like that where you would want to give somebody a t-shirt for $5. If you give it to them for free, you're just investing in yourself. You know what I mean? And what he's saying is true. Man, ain't nobody going to invest in you unless you invest in yourself. If you ain't investing in yourself.
No, it's taking a lot because we look at monetary sometimes as the only compensation. We look at money. But really, like, just like you were talking, your time is important.
Yeah.
Moving around handling business, you can't always be even where you want to be sometimes. And so when people are putting their time and effort to something, not to mention their money, all these things have to be put on the receipt. We don't look at the cost of things when we go to buy things, right? But the reason why you dummies go out there and pay $220 for a pair of tennis shoes that cost $7 to make is because they don't want you to respect them. Now you don't care if you respect them or not, because they know you're going to come back and buy.
You go buy it regardless.
A man like me or a man like him or a man like him down the way, put yourself in a position to create something. Yeah, I need to be compensated with your respect. Respect means that no, you ain't going to necessarily come and ask me to do nothing for free. Or if you come and ask me to do something, you're going to give me proper compensation for what you're asking me to do.
Facts.
So I respect what you're saying because what we got to do is we got to show love, not just by spending our money, but also by recognizing and putting people in their proper esteem for what they do to get the things that they have.
Speaking of somebody who wants something for free, you was actually giving out free studio time for somebody if they hit you, right?
Yeah, we definitely, we want to give back, man. We want to do a lot of giving back, man. So we definitely, I got a studio, brand new, everything's brand new. All the equipment's brand new out the box. You know what I'm saying? And hey, man, we want to get somebody in the studio, man. We want to get them to do some music, and we want to get behind artists, man. We want to show artists what we got to offer and what we're doing. We want to give to the artists, man. No one's giving to you. No one's giving to you. You know what I'm saying? It's like right now, we're trying to mix artist music. If you don't like the mix, you don't pay. Just take the mix and keep it. You know what I'm saying? Don't call us to do another mix. You said you ain't like it.
That's important right there.
But my engineer stands behind this quality so much. He said, hey, I'm willing to mix music. If they don't like it, they don't have to pay. So that means your music is going to be mixed. We're going to send it to you. And then we're not even going to contact you back to ask for the payment. If you like it, you pay for it. If you don't like it, you don't pay for it. You don't even have to worry about responding to it. We've been promoting that.
That's unheard of.
We've been promoting that.
Real talk.
We promote free studio time. Matter of fact, Cartier Blue, hey, you moving slow. You know what I'm saying? My engineer gave you the beat 2 weeks ago. You ain't wrote a song to it. You know what I'm saying? You see, we giving away stuff, and people are not moving fast enough and capitalizing off of it. Man. So I mean, at the end of the day, I tell people, man, you got people, you know what I'm saying, taking your money every day and they're giving you nothing.
Cold game.
You know what I'm saying? I took something I walked into a bank, Citibank. I walked in Citibank and I was talking to the branch manager, and he said, in the past year, we did 180 promotions. To him, that was not even a lot. But see, what people gotta fail to realize is that the higher you get up, the more they promote. Man. So you don't want to pay to promote, and you're down here. You're so down here you can't even see you on this camera. You have to put money up. So what do? I go ahead, I pay for ambassadors to wear my stuff. I pay for bloggers to promote my stuff. I pay for Facebook, Instagram, paid promotions. I pay for promo, man. I pay for promo. I pay people to do stuff because at the end of the day, you have to pay for what you want. And when you pay for it, you get more of what you want than what you pay for. And sometimes you can get a bonus because people appreciate you investing in yourself. I'm going to tell you one thing. If you're willing to pay for what you want to do, then guess what? That person that you're paying, they're willing to work even harder for you because they see you're serious about what it is you're doing. But if you don't want to pay for it, then why do they want to pay for it? Why do they want to put forth their time and interest and energy into a person that, for one, if you're indie and you're up and coming, you don't have a following, you know what I'm saying? No one's really coming to your shows. Why should DJs play your music in the club? Why should radio shows interview you for free? You want that. That's going to benefit you. How does it benefit them? It doesn't benefit their following. It doesn't benefit their audience. You have nothing to bring to them when you do this. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I need people to understand that when you want to go perform somewhere and you want the right setting to perform, when you want to go get interviewed on a radio show, hey, be willing to donate something to the cause because these people got to come up here, take out their time to schedule to interview you. You know what I'm saying? They got to pay to be present. They got to come out their pocket. Yeah, it's something that they want to do, but it's not. They're doing what they want to do. They're not complaining. You're the one complaining about what you want to do, and you complaining about how you want to do it on their setting. I'm trying to figure it out.
Wow.
I'm trying to figure it out, man. I'm trying to make things simple on people because at the end of the day, you know, a lot of people got potential out here, but you'll never get heard because you don't want to put up no money. You don't want to get behind yourself.
Man.
This is you. Your music. Your music. You as a person. You be like, hey, man, y'all want such and such to pay to perform? You are such and such.
Right.
Huh? You want to perform, right? So do you want you to perform? That's what I'm trying to figure out. If you want to look for everywhere that wants to allow you to perform for free, and guess what? You're not going to find many places. And the places that you do find aren't going to be plenty. They're not going to be too beneficial. Why? Because those individuals are not working overly hard unless they have endorsers or sponsors. What does that mean? Somebody has to pay them.
Man.
And why does a sponsor or a person want to endorse what it is that they're doing that you're a part of when it's not benefiting the endorser or the sponsor?
No.
Everybody that's coming out their pocket for something wants to benefit, just like you do. Stop looking for handouts, man.
Stop looking for them handouts. We're going to get back into some music. We'll be right back with It's Gorgeous Musique. It's Gorgeous Club. It's Gorgeous Radio. Everything is gorgeous now. You know what I'm saying? I got a quick question for you with the next giveaway that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? That you've been promoting. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Okay. Okay. Now I get it.
He got them cans.
Got them cans, y'all. They was in here teasing me about that.
Okay. So September 2nd in Washington, D.C., Cloud Lounge, we're doing a giveaway for Charge Up Top 10 where an artist is going to win their video to be aired on cable. Charge Up Top 10 is based out of New Hampshire. They also air on 50,000 houses on cable.
Man.
So it's a big outlet for artists. Beyond that, you also go into the finals to win a fully expense paid trip from DC to Las Vegas, Nevada, where your rooms, your transportation, and you will be able to perform along with coming down to take over
Vegas Radio with us.
Interviews. So, like I said, it's a whole bunch of that. We giving you. We probably even gonna take you down to the studio, drop you a track, shoot you a music video, and some more, man. We gonna spice it up, man. We most definitely want to give a whole lot to the winner, man. And we want to show people that when we tell you we giving something away, you better start taking it serious because I find more people that want to pay for it than those that want to take it for free. And then they be like, man, nobody ever want to show love. And man, when the love is out there, man, you got to jump on, man. You got to be looking for it, man. You got to be looking for it. If you're not looking for it, you're not going to find it. You know what I'm saying? You got to look for it. So, it starts with you, man. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, September 2nd is going to be hosted by Eddie Kane, 16 award winner Eddie Kane. And I don't know how much I can say about that guy, man. Good dude, man, but also good business partner of mine as well. We got 3 of the hottest, sexiest judges in the DMV. Chemistry, Stallion. You know what I'm saying? Acts About Me, Stallion. You know what I'm saying? And then we got Mia Mulan, Stallion. You know what I'm saying? We got DJ J-Rock, personally signed to me, my DJ. He's going to be on the turntables. Unfortunately, I won't be able to be there, but my president going to be there, my label manager going to be there, my A&R going to be there, and my team member going to be there. So it's going to be a lot of people there that's going to be able to take care of everything and make sure everything is being treated accordingly. I should be there for the second round in October, though.
Yeah.
But, yes, I can't wait to see the results of it. Oh, yeah, shout out to DMV affiliates, man. They just reached out to us. I think they got like a radio station or some type of media outlet. They want to film it. They want to act as the media for the event. So I got to follow with them when I get a chance to. And also, we just hired someone today. Damn. Don't be mad at me. I don't remember your name right now. But
Didn't I just get finished saying that, y'all?
Don't be mad at me.
Nah,
I just talked to you before I came up here. But hey, salute to her, and yeah, salute to her.
We sorry tomorrow. We get it. We get your name next time. Word.
Hey, you got the job. It's okay.
You got the job.
You get your name tag.
Please don't beat me up.
Yo, but with all of this stuff that you have, it's kind of it got to be a little stressful for you to juggle. Like, I mean, I'm just saying with everything, how important is a solid team to you?
A solid team is everything. Oh wow. So you a team is so essential, but at the end of the day, you gotta remember one thing is that, like you said, it's overwhelming. So even with a team, things happen that the team can't troubleshoot.
Okay.
That the team can't figure out. And when you have situations, this is how you learn how to build a corporation. And building a corporation, people say, why does this person at the top make $100,000 a year and he don't do nothing?
Yeah.
Well, he is the individual that makes it easy for you to be able to do all the stuff you do.
Man.
Because when something goes chaotic, guess what? You call your manager because you don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? And then if it's beyond chaotic to them, they call their manager and then their supervisor and their supervisor. It can go all the way up depending on how difficult the situation may be.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, it's always something with something and everything. You know, for the music awards, it's just something going on with that right now. We're fine-tuning it. You know, with the clothing line, we just got a whole shipment of all white that came in wrong. You know what I'm saying? It was dirty and all that, you know, so I went ahead and had to just change whole manufacturers. You know, now our stuff is coming from overseas. You know, yeah, sometimes you pay for promo and stuff come late, and sometimes you got to keep on staying on people back about it, you know. But a team is so essential because to run a business, and I was involved in a one-on-one entrepreneur conversation, and the main thing was you can't really say you're an entrepreneur just because you work for yourself.
Right.
You're not an entrepreneur unless you have a team. You're not an entrepreneur unless you have people you're guiding, because if you work for yourself, then that's just what it is. You work for yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
A plumber works for himself.
Yeah, you know, you offer a service. You work for yourself. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make you an entrepreneur. And that doesn't say, like, say for instance, you know, not to shine a light on the queen in front of me, but say for instance, you know, DJ. You know, you have some DJs that don't DJ.
Right.
They don't DJ. You know what I'm saying? They DJ and now they have DJs under them. You know what I'm saying? So that's not to say that you're not an entrepreneur because, you know what I'm saying, you may be DJing now. You know what I'm saying? Your goal could have to be having like you got the fleet of DJs and you got all different type of DJ coalitions now, but you gotta remember those DJ coalitions was somewhat started from one individual that was a DJ. Right. You know, so yeah, everybody has to crawl before they walk. So you gonna start off working for yourself. But I mean, if we're talking, you know, time has went on and you're still the one doing everything, then you're offering a service. You're not an entrepreneur. So
I like that definition. while understanding what it takes to run a business, right? I've seen businesses run on a corporate level. I've seen businesses run from a lower level, independent type stuff. What do you think is the hardest part about finding talent? Is it more about actually getting people to work on one accord, or is it actually just about finding the right people?
So one thing I learned was structure. Structure is encompassed around who's the boss. Who's the boss? Everyone needs a boss. Everyone needs structure. Everyone needs direction and instructions. Everyone needs one. Because if no one has, if y'all walk into, you know what I'm saying, 22.3 radio and there's no boss and everybody's their own boss, hey, well, you don't tell me to play music now. I don't work for you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you don't tell me to be quiet. I wasn't done talking. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No one knows what to do because no one has anybody to listen to.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to be a boss, but no one actually wants to wear the shoes. You know what I'm saying? So when you bring someone into your company, you bring them into your company onto, this is who you listen to. This is who tells you this. This is who tells you that. And if you don't like this, you know what I'm saying, then you go that way.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? You know, but at the end of the day, this is how structure is ran. This is how things are done. You know, because I have so many people under my team, I think it's at least 10 to 15. I know the record label is about 8 or 9.
Mm.
So, you know, adding the clothing line, different people that's involved in the clothing line, the TV series, so on and so forth. There's becomes more staff members. The radio station, it's more staff members.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So as a collective, if I'm talking about the record label, I don't talk about the record label with those that's only involved with clothing. You know what I'm saying? If I'm talking about sales, those that don't involve in sales, I don't talk about that to those that are involved in sales.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
It's total chaos
isolation.
at that point.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, my biggest thing is orchestration. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, for instance, my president, I go ahead and give her an agenda. And when I give her an agenda, she gives the agendas out to others. And, you know, they say, okay, hey, you know, you should do this, you should do that. But certain people are just responsible for certain things. And I tell them, like, because you're responsible for this, I don't even check it. I don't want to edit anything, move nothing around because this is what you're used to doing. So when something is changed around, you're like, someone did something. You know what I'm saying? No. If someone's going to give you a chance and opportunity to do your job, allow that individual to do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't interrupt them from doing their job. Don't do their job for them. No, allow them to do their job. That's what they became comfortable with doing that. Allow them to do their job. You know, and that's what I do with my team. I allow them to do their job. I find that people find that real nerve-wracking when, you know, they feel as that you think they can't do it or something. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And then, I mean, you need people to do their job. Because, I mean, if you had my shoes, yeah, man, you need somebody else to do something.
Nothing like that's good help, man.
Trying to reconnect.
It ain't never been nothing like somebody having help. I mean, if you're doing everything on your own, it creates a certain type of stress level, and it could kill you, you know, if you're not careful. Because heavy is the head that wears the crown. Now, and we saying it from a king's perspective, but you know, in most ways, a boss is like a king because he has to dictate certain policies that go on and he has to hand out assignments to people. And one thing a lot of people don't understand about being at the top is that everything is the boss's fault. You know what I mean? It's always the boss's fault. And you know why? It's because that individual is the one that has to oversee everything. And if you mess up, yeah, it's consequences for you, but it's bigger consequences for that person in charge of the whole operation. Why? Because it's their responsibility for the machine to run properly. And a lot of you guys out there that, you know, you want to be the boss and you hear this, I'm the boss of this, I'm the boss of that. Well, one thing's for sure, you got to understand this. If you're ready to take that plunge, make sure you have your shit correct, because if it's not, everything's going to come crumbling down. And if you have other people's livelihood in your hand, it's going to even end up worse for you. Just imagine being in charge of something and you're in charge of paying everybody, but you mess up and now someone's kids don't eat. Now you got to deal with that type of stress because ain't nobody going to play around with their money and their children. So I just want everybody to understand that. Now with this contest and this giveaway coming up on September 2nd, right? How do you see everything unfolding right now? Like, how is everything going? Like me personally, I can see, but I want you to let the people know, like, how much you get love and your promotion from not only your team, but just other people that want to just show love and repost just for the sake of it.
Honestly, my team hates me when it comes to things like this because I panic. And I'm not necessarily I panic, but I like my results now. I don't like to see what it looks like later.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? I want to see my results. Every day I like results. So my team knows, like, if there's something new that happened today, then someone's not on their job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm one thing about I'm never satisfied. So no one ever even attempts to because they know that, you know what I'm saying, you can't satisfy me. And I think that's my biggest drive because everything I've done, even when I was like Super P90X working out, doing plyometrics and stuff, like it was like I was never satisfied. So it was like, because I was never satisfied, I was like, well, I could do 500 push-ups in 10 minutes now. You know what I'm saying? Well, you should be able to do it faster than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's like I was always about challenging myself. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like with business, it's like, you know, we yes, we need to add this, we need to add that, we need to add. Every day we're going to be adding things to the record label website. Every day, you know what I'm saying, we're going to be adding people as our affiliates to our contact list. Every day we're going to be adding artists. This new person that just came on, she's like, I love going out to events. So she's linking up with my president on Sunday. She's going to get some attire. You're going to start seeing videos pop up of our team at showcases every night in different places, like looking for artists, reaching out, tapping out with promoters and DJs. As I'm thinking, I think it's Justice, that's in Atlanta, is coming on board. Yeah, so it's a lot of things sometimes I be needing to get caught up with, but like I say, we're about to start doing a lot of things and spreading out doing them. And like I said, now that I have all the attention to give, I'm about to apply a whole lot of pressure, especially in the U.S. before I leave out. I'm about to apply a whole lot of pressure to everything that's going on everywhere that we're involved in. Just a snippet. I wish I could play it for you, but yeah, he won't let me play it right now. But shout out to Cashflow Harlem. He just did a song with City Girls. I'm about to partner with him on the song, releasing it and everything that has to do with it. He also in the studio right now with Cardi B. Cashflow Harlem came to perform my music awards in Ohio. He flew in, good, humble dude. I picked him up from the airport. He kicked it with the whole team and all that, him and this girl. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, good dude, man. But like I said, he's working on dropping his project. He did a song with A$AP Ferg. Yeah, and for people that want features, man, tap in, man. We can go ahead and get everybody on the phone, man. You know what I'm saying, on conference. You know what I'm saying? We have a budget, but if you got the budget, we can get them on conference, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially, we got a special feature list that we directly skipping managers going straight to the artist. You know what I'm saying? To get you the best numbers with certain individuals. Yeah, man. Be looking forward to seeing Cashflow doing a lot with this gorgeous music, with this track with City Girls, and also, man, he gonna be dropping a track with Cardi B.
That's big, y'all, right there. Y'all understand, but that's big. A lot of people can't do that. A lot of people can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Your buzz gotta be big as Migos to do that. So that's big, y'all. Understand what this man is doing.
Yeah, so like I said, A lot of these dudes, man, you know, and that's why I tell people, man, you have to build your portfolio for one. You
Yeah.
gotta build your portfolio. I mean, you know, when I first started off Gorgeous Entertainment, we had teams in 15 different states. You know what I'm saying? So that was started back in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we had a wind down time. I came back as It's Gorgeous. And, you know, in this time period of time, just on who we've worked with and what doors we've been able to open, you know, we just taking everything to another scale and level. And shout out to my team, man, for really standing behind me, you know, before y'all seen all of it unfold, just by really just having the imagination that I had and riding with me, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them, you know, my president, she was there from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? She started off as a model, you know what I'm saying, for the company. Yeah, you know, she was there from the beginning.
It's a major promotion from model to president.
Yeah. You know, it was an argument with her too, because I want to be a model. I was like, see, you don't want to be a boss, you just want to take pictures? Now she has a different view of the body, so, you know,
question.
like I say, man, shout out to her, man, all the hard work she do, man, everything gorgeous.
Definitely. Before we go, give everybody where they can find you on your social media, your website, everything.
Well, unfortunately, I don't usually do interviews, and you don't usually find me. So I'm not gonna give you my social media, but you can go to the website.
Yeah, give us the website.
It's gorgeousmusique.com. It's gorgeouscough.com. That's the clothing line, and that's the record label pay websites. So the websites will take you to the rest of everything else, from the awards to radio stations. Actually, it also menofbusinesstv.com. We got the domain. We haven't started posting up yet. You'll start seeing things after this photo shoot that they have. I think his name is Spectrum. Is the cameraman. And shout out to S Money. You know what I'm saying? He's actually helping film a movie in Hollywood right now. Solid dude from North Carolina. You know, met with me, good vibes, and he said, "Hey man, I'm gonna give you a good rate on shooting this TV series for you." Also, shout out to Boo, the producer. He's the one that's gonna be doing the soundtrack. What I loved about him is he said you watch urban movies and you never hear the music all through the movie. You fail to realize that a movie never not has music.
Oh, that's different.
Never not has music.
That's different.
So urban movies, you hear music when specific scenes or whatever.
Right.
No, but you need the music all through the movies, and that's shout out to him, man. You know, he brought that to my attention, and he wanna he's gonna get behind that project heavy, and really
That's
like
innovative.
Yeah, do that with me, you know. Also, yeah, shout out to my man Les, man, Cloud9 Vodka. He popped up at my radio station in Maryland, and we about to bring this vodka company back on a whole nother scale and level. We got white bottles coming, you know, because everything, I only wear white, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, we gotta have some white bottles for me. I don't drink, but, you know, I'm gonna have me some white bottles, though, you know, just for the camera,
Just
right?
for the camera, to make it look good, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know.
Definitely.
So, Cloud9 Vodka, you'll be seeing a lot happen, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to that, and, you know, I appreciate being welcome down here to take over Vegas radio, man.
You already know. Yeah, we appreciate you coming through. It wasn't supposed to be no interview, y'all. He was supposed to just come and kick it with us, you feel me?
Yeah,
but it just turned it.
Nah, he did that.
It turned into the interview, you heard?
I was gonna sit in the back and just watch.